Hey guys, Ryan here from Movie Nerds. We just checked out Solo, a Star Wars story, and we're going to tell you what we thought about it right now. So this movie we see Han Solo not so much lead, but be a part of a band of mercenaries on a mission to, I don't know, grab some loot, grab some treasure and make some money for themselves. It is the story you might expect in a way, where you're going to see stuff like him get the Millennium Falcon, meet Chewbacca, of course, we've seen it in the trailer, but there's definitely a lot of this story that you've never seen before. Different characters, different aliens, different planets. You finally get to see things you've been expecting from the original series. But all in all, it's definitely a different feel and a different take on the Star Wars universe. Different music, different director with Ron Howard. As a Star Wars fan, I expected it to hit certain beats, of course, because I have Han Solo in my head and how I expect him to be from the original trilogy and even the new trilogy. But this movie doesn't do that per se. It's a different story, which I actually pretty much enjoyed. There were parts I didn't, but overall, I think it was a pretty fun film. Acting-wise, I think Alden could have done a little bit better to be a bit more Han Solo-ish. He had the tone and probably some of the quicks and the qualms about him, but overall I think he was a different character. He was a different time. He's much younger in this film than he is in the original trilogy, so it gives him a bit more space to be himself. Chewbacca, of course, is Chewbacca. There's no difference. But I think one of the leading talents of this film definitely has to be Donald Glover in playing Lando Calrissian. He has that role down to a T, and it's exciting to see such a different person play such a iconic role. He might not have got as much screen time as I would have liked him to get, but overall he was fun, and he definitely brought a different style to the movie. The Millennium Falcon is not what you expect in this film. It's different, it's awesome. It's like pulling out a brand new Ferrari out of the showroom rather than just getting something that's been dated from the 80s. It's awesome to see the Falcon in a way that it looks like it's just left the showroom floor. Something great about this movie, and something we haven't gotten in other Star Wars films, Star Wars The Last Jedi tried to do it with the casino planet, but let's be honest, that's a planet that was just casino. In this film, we go to different destinations that we've never seen before, which allowed us to have different aliens, different species, different characters, different stormtroopers. We've seen sides of the Empire that we haven't seen before. We've seen it from the side of being in the Empire. There's a moment of enlisting in this film, which I thought was awesome that I've never seen before. And for a Star Wars film, it's great to see a different take, and a different take in the sense of not a Rian Johnson take where I think people will hate it because it'll fall apart the expectation of what you're expecting from a Star Wars film, but a different take where you're not expecting something, and you're going in a different world that you haven't seen before, which is exciting for a Star Wars film. Something like the prequels did with Naboo. It's stuff like that. So one thing that's worth mentioning is the action sequences in this film. In the regular Star Wars movies, we get a lot of space battles, we get a lot of TIE fighters versus X-Wings, we get a lot of lightsaber battles, but this movie is all about action and war sequences, and I'm talking stuff like Saving Private Ryan, military forces versus military forces, guns versus guns, Western style duel battles, which makes it feel all the more like Han Solo film. We got tastes of that in episode 4, but this movie really does give it the whole kit and caboodle with action sequences. So once again, as I keep saying, expect the unexpected, and the villains of this movie are not your regular typical Jedi, typical Sith, typical Empire. We've got smugglers versus smugglers, which is different and really fun to see in this film because you really just don't know who to trust. Some people are good to start with, some people end up being bad, and everywhere you look is another bad guy waiting to shoot you in the back. This film feels more like a pirate movie. There's no princesses, there's no empire. There is, but it's not the forefront of this film. But it's the galaxy, and it's the planets, it's the characters, it's the aliens you fall in love with. And for me, that's something that I did really enjoy about this film. So Solo, a Star Wars story, make sure you go check it out in theaters. It comes out May 24th, and I'll probably see you there at the movies. I'm Ryan, I'm from Movie Nerds, and until next time, I'll catch you nerds at the movies.
I'm putting on my shades to cover up my eyes. I'm jumping in my ride. I'm heading out tonight. I'm solo. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. I'm Han Solo. Solo. Feeling like a star.